If you're sitting here and you're like, God, I cannot wait to go to college, I can't wait to party, I can't wait to hang out with my friends every single day, that's great. Like, yes, all of those things happen, but there are also small little things in between that you should think about. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Freshman year is probably going to be the most fun and the most changing experience you have throughout all of your college years. Granted, I did only spend 1 year in college. Like, I'm not done yet. I've only done 1 year. I still have 3 years left. But from what I've heard that it's the most changing experience. I also have heard that it is the most fun experience. Freshman year, even though it's so fun, it does come with its ups and downs, and there's just some things that you should know before going into college or going into your first year of college. And I'm just going to tell you things you need to know for your freshman year of college. So you know why you clicked on this video. So let's get started with the first thing. All right, first I'm going to talk about roommates. So as a freshman in college, you get a roommate, and I'm sure throughout all of your years in college, you're going to be living with someone else, unless you decide to live by yourself, which is an option. But roommates, you have to pick a good roommate because you will be living with this person every single day. You'll be sharing a space with them. You will be sleeping in the same room. Like, you and your roommate are literally going to be living with each other at least all of freshman year. So you need to pick a good roommate. Some of those ways to do that is a lot of schools have Instagram pages for incoming freshmen, or Facebook pages, or even just if you know someone at your school that's going to the same college you're going to, you could room with them. My personal experience, I did not want to room with anyone that I knew. I wanted to branch out. I wanted to get that new experience, meet new people, not just stay in the same little bubble that I had in high school. I wanted to branch out and meet new people. I found my roommate through Instagram. It was actually the last day that we could pick roommates, and we had to submit them, I think, the next morning, because for my school, like, we submit who we want to room with. That's how they know how to pair you up and like put you in your dorms, whatever. I found my roommate through Instagram, and it's definitely a good tool. It's a good resource. Even if you don't find your roommate on Instagram, you can find so many friends on Instagram. People put their bios on there. Like, let me literally tell you word for word what people write. Hello, my name is blank blank blank. I'm from so and so. I am 100% committed to blank school. I like to run, I like to work out, I like to paint, and I like hanging out with my friends. I'm so excited to go out, but I wouldn't mind a chill night in. Either they would say, I already have a roommate, but I'm looking for friends, or I'm looking for a roommate, so feel free to reach out. Something like that. And then you would put your socials, whatever. You put a little bio down so people get to know you and your interests, and then they put their socials or Instagram, Snapchat, and then that's kind of how you meet friends. I didn't really meet a lot of friends through Instagram. So if you're looking for a roommate, I guess all I'm saying is check Instagram, check Facebook, or just go random. I wouldn't go random because I want to know who I'm living with. It's also not a bad option to live with someone that you know, especially if you think you're going to live well with them. If you think you're going to respect each other's space, respect each other's time, and just live well with them. I guess that leads us on to friends and how to find friends in college. And just know that not everyone is everyone's friend. Just because they're friendly doesn't mean they're your friend. I would say the biggest, fakest week of college is the first week. Everyone is trying to meet everyone. Everyone's so friendly. And then once second semester hits, like, people start taking that mask off and people start showing their true colors. And it's just, they're not as friendly as you thought they were. But that first week of college is so crazy. People are rushing that first week. Rushing is like sororities and frats and stuff like that, but people are rushing the first week, and people are just being so, I don't want to say fake, but you're just being extra friendly because you want to get those extra friends. You want to make people like you, and you're gonna get tricked into thinking that you are part of this huge friend group and that it's going to last forever, blah blah blah. It won't. People start hanging out with other people. People start kind of doing things on their own and whatever. It just, friend groups break up. And so don't get roped into a friend. I mean, if you think that's going to be your friend group, by all means go for it. I think having a big friend group and finding that big friend group your freshman year is very, very difficult. But if it happens, it happens. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that it's most likely not going to happen. And you just need to know that if you're friends with someone the first week of school and then all of a sudden they are hanging out with other people, or they're just not talking to you anymore, like, don't take it personal. Some people just don't vibe, don't click with each other, and it's not your fault. Don't think that there's something wrong with you. Don't think that they don't like you. It's just some people just don't click, some people don't vibe together, and that's okay. Like, you will go find your people. And I think one really good way to do that is to join clubs. I think that joining clubs is probably a really, really good way to connect with people with the same interests that you have. My personal example is I found so many of my good friends through the gymnastics club, and we all shared that same interest of gymnastics. And when we went to practice together, we like spent a lot of time together. We go to meets together, we would travel together. They went to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I didn't end up going, but we went to like Minnesota, or they went to Illinois, stuff like that. So you just spend so much time with people that share your same interests, and it's just a good way to connect with people. But if you don't find a club that you're interested in, either make one or just try and talk to more people and see if they share those same interests. But also be the first one to reach out, be the one to ask them to do something, because more likely than not, like, they are not going to reach out to you, not because they don't want to, they're just too scared, they just don't want to be rejected, or they just don't want you to say no. So just reach out to them. They probably wanted to reach out to you too, just didn't know how. So if you initiate that though, then it's so much easier to keep initiating more like hangouts, I guess. I don't know. I would just say reach out to other people and just talk to a lot of people. Don't be fake though. Like, be your true self, because you can be whoever you want in college. You don't have a label anymore. You don't have to be the same person you were in high school, especially if you go to a school in a different state or even a different country. Like, no one knows who you are. Or at least I'm sure a lot of people don't know who you are if you go to a school in a different state. I would even say if like you weren't super popular in high school, like popularity does not matter in college, literally at all. Like, there's so many people, so many friend groups, so many everything that like no one cares. There's no status in college. It's just, you're just there. You're just with your friends. You're just there. There's no popularity status in college. So if you weren't super popular in high school, people in college aren't going to care. Like, it doesn't matter. People don't care about that. Just be yourself. Join clubs to find people that share the same interests with you. I don't know. Just be friendly, but don't be too fake. I would talk about rushing, like the frats and sororities and stuff. I just never rushed. It wasn't really my thing. I have so many friends that rushed and they love it, but I can't personally speak on rushing because I didn't do that. I don't really know any of that. So I can't really talk about that, but yeah, that is everything I really would say on friends. College classes aren't going to be too hard your freshman year. At least they weren't super hard for me. Yes, I did have a hard class here and there, but for the majority, or for the most part, they weren't super hard. Even if they're not hard your freshman year, I would still say try your best. It'll boost your GPA. Like, freshman year, use that year to boost your GPA. Every other year, depending on your major, whatever, but I feel like every other year, it's going to get harder. Your classes are going to get so much harder. It's going to get harder to get A's in your classes. So use that freshman year as like giving yourself a little bit of wiggle room with like future year grades and stuff, because future years are going to be harder and you want that little bit of, like I said, wiggle room for your GPA. So do well in your classes. You are paying to be there. Professors don't care. They don't care if you show up or you don't show up. You're adults. You're all adults there. Like, they don't care. Yes, I did have some classes where attendance was mandatory, or they did take attendance and they graded you on attendance, but those were smaller classes. My lecture classes, or like my big lecture classes that were like 200 plus kids, they don't care. You can sleep in class. You can play games on your computer even if you're in class. Like, you can just skip class completely, and they don't know who you are. They don't care. They are just there to teach. That is their job. They're getting paid whether you show up or not. It is completely up to you if you want to show up to your classes, if you want to do well in your classes, if you want to do this and this and that, especially in big schools. They don't care if you show up. So just do you. Also, kind of going off of that, pick a major that you want to study, not something that you think is going to make big money. If it is something you're interested in and it does make a lot of money, go for it. I'm not saying don't pick the majors that make a lot of money, because obviously we all want to make money, but it is going to be so much easier for you if you pick a major that you are genuinely interested in, because one, it'll make your classes a lot easier, and two, when you get out of college, you are going to actually do something you enjoy doing, not something that you were forcing yourself to do because they just make a lot of money. Just pick something that you want to do. I saw this on someone else's YouTube video. I forgot what her name was, but she was also giving college freshman advice, and she was saying, look up, like, if you pick your major, look at what jobs there are within that major. Go on LinkedIn, look at their lifestyle, go see what opportunities they have to grow in that field, and kind of make your decision based off of that. For example, marketing. I wouldn't necessarily say marketing makes the big bucks, but it's something I enjoy doing. And if I was forcing myself to go into investment banking or finance, like, I would literally hate it, or accounting, actuarial science, like, those are all under the business umbrella, but I think I would actually hate it because I hate looking at numbers and crunching numbers. And I'm sure that's not everything that investment bankers and actuarial scientists and finance people do, but I'm just someone that's a lot more creative. I need to use my creativity. That's why I like making YouTube videos. My internship right now is a marketing internship, and I 1000% enjoy doing that. Pick something that you want to do in the future. Like, you are going to love your life so much more. Now, I'm sure a lot of you clicked on this video because of partying or college boys, which I'll get to college boys later, but partying. Let me just say, you are in college to study. You're not there to party. You're there to study. But yes, partying is a very nice extra that comes with that. I would say FOMO is very, very, very much a real thing. I have gotten better at FOMO. Like, I have gotten better at not feeling like I'm missing out, but FOMO is definitely a real thing. And let me tell you, you don't have to go to every single party that is happening every single day, every single weekend, whatever. I'm telling you, there are some people that probably do, but they're probably not doing that well in school. It's gonna seem like people are going to every single party and they're not studying at all, but I'm sure they're studying right before they leave. They're studying, like, they are probably the ones that study the most, and it's going to seem like they don't, and you're gonna feel like, how are all these people going out all the time? Like, I don't have time to study, like, or they just don't go out. Sundays, no one's gonna go out because it's a Monday morning the next morning. Like, it's Monday the next day, so no one's gonna go out on a Sunday. So people take Sunday and they just study on Sunday. So just kind of, I would say, figure out a balance between partying and school and hanging out with your friends and doing all that. I know it's different for every single person. If you could do homework between classes, because classes are so, like, 11 o'clock is one of my classes, 1 o'clock is another one of my classes, and then maybe I have a back-to-back 1 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. But, like, classes are so, like, not all in order. There's a train, but classes are just not all in order. So maybe do your homework, do some studying between classes, and then you will have time. You won't have to do any of that homework on the weekend. You will have time to go out and go with your friends and go party on the weekend. Let me just say, not every party is fun. Even if you see a party on, like, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, and it looks like it's poppin', I'm sure it's probably not that fun. People are just posting the train. That's why my camera is shaking, so ignore that. But people are just posting to... Okay, I was editing this video and I realized that the camera cut off before I realized that, like, my camera turned off, so I never got to finish my sentence. So basically, all I was saying with the social media is that, like, if people are posting on social media, like, it's probably not as fun as it looks, because I know that if I'm at a party or whatever, like, I'm not, if it's actually really, really fun, I'm not going to be pulling out my phone and sending it or, like, putting it on my story because I'm enjoying it in the moment. I'm not just pulling out my phone for that 1 second that this lame party is actually, like, kind of fun, and then it just stops being fun. So I don't know, all I was saying is, like, social media is fake, and, like, don't believe everything you see on social media. Like, I am very guilty of posting only my highlights on social media, but just don't believe everything you see on social media. And then I was also saying, should you get a job? Personally, I got a job. I think it's very important. I think it teaches you, like, time management skills, organizational skills, and it's also, like, a little extra cash on the side to, like, spend money with your friends and all that. But yeah, that is basically all I said before I realized that my camera stopped filming. So let's get back to the video. Okay, my camera just turned off for some reason, but it teaches you those organizational skills, time management skills, all of this to, like, it's just, I would say it's important to know how to do this and to know how to, like, manage your time and everything, and even make your own money. But it is all dependent on, like, you, your family's financial situation, your financial situation. Do what's best for you. But personally, I did get a job and I did find it very, very helpful. And then I guess the last thing I would say on that is, if you're currently in high school or if you're going into college, okay, so if you're currently in high school, save a lot of money, especially if you don't want to get a job in college. Save. You're going to spend a lot more money than you think you are. You don't realize everything costs money. Like, obviously everything costs money, but, like, you don't realize how many things, like, cost so much money, if that makes sense. Like, everything has a price to it, and, like, things add up. It adds up. Okay, so if you're in high school right now, just start saving. Save as much as you think you need, and then more than that, because you're going to need more than that. If you're going into college, if you're in summer and you're like, oh, I'm going to be a freshman starting fall 2024, work all summer. Save all that money, unless you do have, like, stuff in your savings already, but still, work, save a lot of money. But I guess also spend time with your friends. It's your last summer here, like, it's your last, like, kid summer, because then, like, other years, like, once you get into college, like, your summers are gonna be filled with internships and, like, whatnot. Sometimes you do summer classes and whatever, so have your fun, obviously, but save money, because it's definitely helpful to have. And then missing home is probably something I never thought I'd would say. I was always the kind of person that would say like, yeah, I'm going out of the state for college. Like I'm not staying in Wisconsin. Like why would I do that? Who wants to live in Wisconsin? I was even considering going to Spain. Like I was gonna go out of the country. I ended up staying in Wisconsin, obviously, and I love Madison. Wisconsin in general, winters suck, I will say. Madison is a great school, and I am paying for my own like college and everything, so in-state tuition is super, super nice. And then, I mean, it's only 4 years. I can live wherever I want to live when I'm done with college. So I just decided to stick with Madison, but it is super nice that I could come home and like, if I'm just having a rough week or I just want to be home and eat like homemade food, I can just come home. It's not so far from my house. Like I can come home and I can sleep in my own bed, even though it's not the same. Like you're never gonna like live here anymore. You know what I mean? Like you're never going to permanently live in your house anymore unless you're commuting from home, I guess. It's not gonna feel the same. Like your room is gonna feel a little foreign to you, I would say. At least that was my experience. And then I would also say like call your parents, call your friends. Like I am guilty. Like I don't call my parents that much, but like I do come home. So I guess that kind of balances it out, I guess. My mom's probably gonna watch this video and be like, no, you never call, you never come home, whatever. But yeah, I would just say call your parents, FaceTime them. That's all I really have for you guys. Live your best life. Your freshman year, you only have one freshman year, and then you like literally have 3 years left. Like I cannot believe that I am already a fourth of the way through college. Like that's crazy. Like I want to stay in college forever. I don't want to do the classes part, but I would want to just like live with my friends every single day. Like I think that'd be so fun. Like I said, I can't believe it's over. Just enjoy it. Take everything in, like soak as much as you can in, because you only get one experience. You only get one freshman year. So that is all I have to say with that. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just hope this video was helpful for you guys, and thank you for watching, and I hope you guys stick around and follow me on my journey. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers soon, so click the subscribe button below. I post like vlogs, sit down videos like this, unboxing videos. I will have an unboxing video either next week Wednesday or next week Sunday. But yeah, I just post like lifestyle videos, and I think it'd be so fun to grow this channel and like make it big, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.